Hi, Maria. How was your week?
It was okay. It was a little bit better than last week, so that's good.
That's good. So, how's the treatment plan going? Did you attend any of the support group sessions?
Yeah, me and my boyfriend went to one. We ended up being pretty late to it, so we only caught the ending because the bus was just really delayed, and so we didn't have a way there. But besides that, it seemed good. It was cool to see that other people were going through the same thing as me.
So, did you learn anything for the short amount of time you were there?
Um, they talked a lot about being open with your loved ones about the fact that you're pregnant, and I think that's something that like I was really against in the beginning, but I decided that maybe it would be a good idea to do.
That's good. So, you're saying that it helped you to open up to your parents about being pregnant.
Yeah, well, I didn't tell them yet, but I've been thinking about. I'm getting closer to telling them.
All right. So, on the treatment plan, I mentioned to look over the brochure before you attend the sessions. Did you look over the brochure?
Yeah, I read that, and then my boyfriend read it too. So it gave a lot of information, and I think we're thinking about. We know we don't want to abort the baby, and we don't know if we want to give it up for adoption because we don't feel like we're ready right now, but maybe we'll be ready later. So we're thinking about either keeping the baby or giving it to someone in my family, like giving it to my aunt or something, and she could care for it until we get a little bit older.
So, your aunt, are you thinking of telling your aunt first or telling your parents first?
My aunt. I want
Okay.
to tell my aunt first.
So, will that be easier for you to tell your aunt?
Yeah, because she went through the same thing as me. So I think it would be easier because I think she would be a little bit more understanding.
So, do you feel like she doesn't have any responsibilities? She doesn't have any kids of her own, or
She has one kid, but it's my cousin, but he's older now because she had him when she was 16. So he's in his 20s now because she's a little bit older.
so do you feel like she'll be able to raise another child? Do you feel like
I don't know. I hope so, but if she can't do it, then I think we would just keep the baby.
okay? So, if you keep the baby, what's the plan on there? Do you um have discussed that with your boyfriend at all?
Yeah, he's on the same page as me, but we don't know what exactly to do. Like if we keep the baby, there's just so many decisions to be made, and we don't even know what. There's just so many that we probably haven't even thought of yet. So I was hoping that maybe you'd be able to help me come up with a plan.
Yeah. The support group will help with that plan too, but um, so do you need a plan as in um, job wise? Did he ever go over the job applications or?
Yeah, He got a job at Hannaford, the grocery store.
Okay.
So he's been working there, just bagging groceries. So that's been helping because we've been able to save a little bit of money.
Okay. And do you have a job? Are you planning on working at all?
I have to wait until I'm 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a good thing that your boyfriend's working and saving up. I hope he's saving up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let's see. Your dad. How's the relationship with your dad going? Is he still angry or?
Yeah, and he's not angry, but he's just been kind of quieter the past few weeks. He hasn't been talking to me much, and um, I don't know. We've just been distant, so I haven't done anything to make him really mad. So he hasn't been yelling at me, but he's just kind of doing his own thing.
You don't know why he's doing that at all?
No, sometimes I feel like maybe he knows that I'm pregnant, and I just am afraid that he found out before I told him, because then I think he would be really mad.
Okay. Are you comfortable with telling him yet? At all? Do you have to do role playings again or?
Yeah, I think that might be helpful because I feel like I forgot what I was supposed to say.
Okay. Well, we can do that. So, who are you gonna be?
I'll be my dad.
Alright. Dad, I have something to tell you.
What is it?
Um, well, my boyfriend and I, well, let's not say it like that. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. All right. Well, I am pregnant.
You're what?
Dad, I know that I'm young, but my boyfriend and I are working on a plan with a counselor, and everything will be okay.
But you have disappointed our whole family.
I know that, and I'm trying to take responsibility for my actions, and be, I will take care of this baby. I will think of the best option.
Well, I hope you do because me and your mother do not have the money to support another child, so you're going to have to do this on your own. And you better tell your boyfriend that he's going to have to become a man.
Of course, Dad, of course. So I feel like if you mention to him that you actually have a plan, then I feel like that will make him a bit more calm, and it'll show that you have a sense of responsibility. And mentioning that your boyfriend has a job and you're seeing a counselor who's working with you, then you'll confessing to him that you're pregnant will be much easier, and he'll take it much better.
That sounds good. That seems helpful. I think I'll say, if I can remember how to say just like that, I think that's how I'll tell him.
Okay, good. So, do you have any questions regarding the treatment plan at all, over the brochure or the options, or anything like that?
I did have questions, but I had forgot them at my house. Hold on one second. Let me think.
Take your time.
Why would you? Oh, I was wondering, like, do you know how old you have to be to get your own apartment? Like, if we were to keep the baby, like, where would it where would we live with the baby? Like, do you know about any, like, options for that?
I can give you a website that I know of. Yeah, I'll email you a website. I'll email you a website that has all that information regarding housing and anything that'll help you. So
Okay.
I'll write that down as a note.
And do you think it's a good idea for me to keep the baby?
I feel like that is between you and your boyfriend. The best option you have to think of the best option and the best decision. That's between you and your boyfriend. I'm just here to help you plan.
Yeah. It's just so hard. I just wish someone could tell me the answer.
You know the answer. Just with going to the support groups and reading over the brochure, and when I email you the information regarding housing, then you'll be able to know.
Do you think there's any support groups like that are Catholic? Because my religion's really important to me, and I really learned a lot from the support group. But I kind of wish there was one that like had the same beliefs as me, because they did talk a lot about abortion, and it made me uncomfortable because I don't believe in it.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing you told me that, so I can look more into a more Christian-oriented support group. So
Yeah,
I'll
that
look
would
into
be
that.
great.
Other than that, did they say anything that made you feel uncomfortable at all?
It was just when they were talking about abortion, and I heard some people like agreeing with it and talking about maybe that was what they were gonna do, and it just scared me because my parents have always talked about how bad that is and how you shouldn't do that. So it was hard for me to be there and not tell them, not judge them or not say that I think that it was wrong.
Well, that's okay to feel that way. Everybody has their own different um, opinions and beliefs. But it's a good thing that you told me that it does make you feel uncomfortable, so that we can find a support group that's better for you.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So, how is the relationship with you and your boyfriend? Last week, you did mention that you guys tend not to get along very much. So, is that getting any better or any worse? You can rate that, actually. Rate it, your relationship.
Like 10 being we're getting along really well.
Yes, and then
0 is like we don't get along at all.
yes.
I think we're at like a 3 or a 4.
Really? So
Yeah.
why that low?
We've just been fighting a lot, and like, I don't know, I just feel like he thinks that it's my fault that this happened, as if I was just wishing for something like this to happen. And yeah, he got a job and he's like stepping up to do what he has to do, but it's like this whole time he's blaming me, and we were supposed to be together forever, but I just feel like I don't want to go my whole life if he's gonna blame me for being pregnant, because it wasn't my fault. It took 2 of us to do what we did. And so all the time, like, if we're not fighting, we just don't talk to each other.
Do you feel like don't talking will help the situation?
No, because I grew up with my mom and my dad, and I just think that, like, I don't want my baby to grow up without a dad, and I don't want us to, like, oh no. Okay. I don't want us to, like, keep fighting to the point that we break up, but I don't know how to stay together when we've been fighting so much. And then the other night he really scared me because we were fighting, and he like got in my face and was like yelling at me, and he didn't put his hands on me, but like for a second there I was scared that he was going to.
Whenever he's never put a hand on you at all?
No.
Well, what do you feel like is the right thing to do if he gets, loud with you?
I just feel like I have to keep quiet, because that's what my mom did with my dad. Because sometimes my dad would do the same thing to my mom, but my mom would just stay quiet and, make him happy. So that's what I've been trying to do, but it's just not working.
You feel like, so when your mom used to do that, you feel like that'll keep your dad happy.
Yeah.
So does that make you happy when you have to keep silent when your boyfriend is being loud with you?
No, I don't like it.
So do you think you should actually tell your boyfriend that how you feel about when he's loud with you?
I'm afraid to tell him though, because I don't want to say something that makes him mad enough that he does hit me or something.
When you tell someone how you feel, you can say, I feel like when you do this or when you do that, and not put it all on him and express how you feel in general.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something you could try to do. Do you want to do a role play of how that can happen?
Sure, I can try that.
Okay. So, who do you want to be? You want to be the boyfriend, or you want to?
I could be myself this time.
Okay.
Hey Tom, I was wondering if we could just talk for a minute about something.
You always want to talk about what?
Lately I just feel like we've been fighting a lot, and that you, like, think it's my fault that this has happened to us. And when you get really upset, it scares me because it feels like you might hit me or something like that.
We're going to pause right there. We're going to pause right there. In the beginning you said you think, or try not to say you. Just try to say, I feel like when I feel like you're going to hit me, or I feel like I feel like you think that this is my fault or something. Try to feel I feel.
Okay.
Like that's the main. So you don't put all the blame on him, because if you put all the blame on him, he will get defensive. Basically. Okay. So let's try that again.
Okay. Hey Tom, I've been thinking a lot lately, and I feel like we have been fighting more, and sometimes when we fight, I feel like scared that you might be really aggressive and that you might hurt me, and I've just been worried about where we're heading.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't mean to be angry. I'm just really stressed, but I'll try my best to remain calm. And yeah. So when you say I feel like, now he doesn't feel like, I can't say this. Now he actually apologized because he sees that he's hurting your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So any questions?
I don't think I have any questions right now. talked about going to a different group.
Mm-hmm.
Me telling my parents. Oh, I was wondering if I tell my parents and they're really upset at me or something, like, what if they kick me out? Like, what am I going to do if they kick me out? Like, I just want to make sure I have all my bases covered before I tell them, because I don't want to tell them and then have them, like, kick me out on the street and have nowhere to sleep or something.
Today, I will email you the Christian-oriented support group, because attending the support group will help you have a better plan. I feel like it will help you be more prepared to tell your parents, because now it shows that here's my plan and you feel more prepared. So would you feel more comfortable telling your parents when you actually have a bit more knowledge of pregnancy and reading the brochure and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was thinking about telling at least my aunt this week, and then maybe telling my parents once I talk to my aunt and see what she thinks too.
Okay, that's a good idea then, because she's been through it.
Yeah.
So by next week, you should be able to at least attend one of the support groups, and that's a support group that you feel comfortable with, and to look over the brochure a little bit more, and talk to your aunt, and that's about it for now.
Okay.
Any more questions?
No.
Okay, well, we'll see each other next week. Why are you laughing?